This is like a while ago, but I don't know if I ever did a review for Mob Psycho 100. I went to look at my videos and I didn't see one, but it's not like I dug through everything. So, but either way, it's the second season that I wanted to do. So, I guess this would be the one for the second season, or well, I'm gonna go over the first season a little bit. So hopefully there'll be some new information, is what I'm saying. But anyway, Mob Psycho 100 is an anime you can watch on Crunchyroll. It is by the same person that created One Punch Man. So if you like Mob Psycho, you're going to like One Punch Man. If you like One Punch Man, you're probably going to like Mob Psycho. So the main character is Mob, and he is a middle school kid who has OP psychic powers. To the point they are kind of obnoxious. Not as obnoxious as I did a review for, was it The Disastrous Life of Psyche K? So they're nowhere near as obnoxious in that regard for Psyche, where they literally affect every fucking thing. Whereas in Mob, it does affect his life quite a bit. For instance, frequently you'll see him trying to eat with a spoon, and he'll just fucking bend it as he's eating. And then he gets lectured by his mother. And then you have it pan over the dad, who, oh, holy shit, amazingly, they show the parents in this goddamn anime. Not much, but they're there, which is already amazing. I don't know what it is with parents in anime. They're like either dead or some fucking foreign country somewhere. Just, they never exist. But here they actually exist, and they show up on screen multiple times. Basically, that's the entire scene they're usually in, is when they're, he bends the spoon, and they kind of nag at him, and the pans over to dad, and he's like, oh, he's just at that age, let the kid be a kid. And then you pan over to his brother, his little brother, who's like a year younger than him, I think. And he's like, he fixes the spoon, here you go, Nissan. And it's just, that's basically kind of the family time. Anyway, so yeah, he has these very incredible powers of his. But Mob he's seen as emotionless, but you find out that's not necessarily the case. It's that in a flashback you see that he let his emotions get out of control, and it ended up hurting people, and he almost ended up hurting his brother. So he keeps that in check. So he's emotionless because he's keeping his powers in check, because they get amplified by his emotions. Like, it kind of explains it to some degree, but like, it's very minor compared to like the other shit going on. But basically, anyway, so he's very blank faced most of the time. But the nice thing about Mob is he's not, like, a lot of the times there's two different types of anime characters. You have the one that like fully embraces their powers and uses them for fucking everything, or you have the one that's terrified of using them and tries not to use them at all. Mob is kind of in between there a little bit, where he will use his powers because they are a part of him, but he is actively trying to not use them. And what I mean by that is, let's say he's perfectly fine using them to, I don't know, help people. But in his everyday life, like, it's kind of hard to explain it in words. But there are little things that Mob does that you can kind of see his personality morph. And I'm going to have to spoil them, because I'm not so good at describing without spoiling it. Like, it's just my brain can't really function the right. Like, I know how I want to describe it, but I don't know how to don't want to describe it. Like, I know why I like him. I know. I just don't know how to describe to you why I like him. Which really kind of ironic, since I'm doing reviews, and if I can't describe what the fuck the thing is I'm talking about, then why am I doing the review? Let's be honest, these are more rants than reviews. Anyway, so Mob is the main character, and you'll see, like, it pans over to his bookshelf, and he's got all these kind of books on, like, how, not so much self-help books, but kind of in that realm of self-help, but not really, like, how to do something. And then you also see later on, spoiler, he joins the club. I won't say what it is, but he does it to better himself. Like, he's actively trying to better himself. And in a flashback, there are a few flashbacks, by the way. Not a whole bunch, but there are a few. Where, well, to introduce that, I have to introduce another character, who is a very entertaining character. Who, so Mob, he goes to school, and he also has a part-time job, which he gets paid fuck all for. Like, it's literally like pennies on the dollar. I don't know what the actual amount is, but I know it's a very small amount, and he's definitely being underpaid for whatever the fuck he's doing. So he's part-time exorcist who works at, and I swear to God, this is what the business is actually called, Spirits and Such Consultation Offices. And he works under the self-proclaimed greatest psychic, Reagan Arata. So Reagan is not a psychic at all. He is a fraud. And his greatest power is his ability to bullshit into any situation. And they do a brilliant job with him in the series, just somehow bullshitting his way in and out of situations. Where you're just like, either he's incredible or they're beyond stupid, I don't know. But just, he somehow does it. He also, those characters that talk way too much with their hands? Reagan does that and dials it up to 11. Like, he's always very expressive with his hands. And that's another thing about Mob Psycho is it's got its own art style, which can take a little getting used to, considering everything's kind of cookie cutter nowadays, which, yeah, it's a nice art style, but there's no real unique art anymore in anime. Very few shows have its own art. So this has its own art style. It looks nice. It's very, very colorful. I think, Madhouse was the ones that released the anime or something. Anyway, they use a lot of vivid colors, very expressive artwork. Like, they go full on with anime expressions. And the fight scenes are fucking crazy, and the camera angles, it's great. I think, or was it Madhouse that did One Punch Man's first season? Anyway, basically, it's very visually stylistic. And music is good too, by the way. Very unique music. It's got its own kind of music. I don't know what type of music it is. I just know that it's catchy, but not catchy. The other anime songs are catchy. Anyway, so Ray can basically bullshit himself out of any situation. And he puts on great theatrics. So, Mom works for him and actually does exercise, spirits and that kind of thing, and Reagan just kind of does various things that somehow make his clients happy, but clearly that's not what they're paying for. Yet somehow they leave happy. This motherfucker gives a lot of massages and back rubs, let's just say that. Like, he does a lot of things that somehow should not have anything to do with exorcism, or spirits for that matter. But he's able to bullshit it to where they think that he has solved the problem. And to some degree, he has solved the problem. It's just not spirit-related. Like, what was it, one thing where he's like, or the client's like, my shoulder's really hurt, and he's like, it's because of all those porn sites or something. He's like, oh, no, what? And he gives him a shoulder rub, which does help him. It does fix what what his problem was. Granted, it had nothing to do with spirits whatsoever. And then another one was, they're very minor, they don't really contribute to the story, so it doesn't matter if I ruin them, where someone gives him a spirit photo, which is a photo which has a spirit in the photo, and what this motherfucker does is, I will exercise it, and he goes to Photoshop to fix it. They're like, they're gone, they've left, they don't know what he's doing, but he Photoshops it, so he knows Photoshop, he knows massage, he knows just all these things, so he works hard for his money. Granted, he's still technically con artist. And anyway, he's like Mob's mentor. So he has no spiritual abilities, but he's Mom's mentor, and he is very narcissistic and full of himself. He actually is, ironically enough, helping people. And he does, in fact, care about Mob. And actually teaches him something really important when he's little. Mob kind of, goes there and he comes to Reagan and says, I have these powers. And of course Reagan's like, someone sent this kid to fuck with me. And then he ends up finding out that no, Mob does has these powers. So of course he takes Mob on, intending to use him. And while he does use him and pay him basically nothing, one of the first lessons he teaches Mob is it doesn't matter that you have psychic powers. You are not better than anyone else. Just like there are people who can run really fast or are really smart. It's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to embrace your powers and this whatever talent you have. But you cannot think of yourself better than anyone else, and you cannot use those powers against other people. That's basically the core message of the show is you're not a special snowflake. So, yeah, he ends up helping Mob to some degree, like that. And Mob, he does use his powers, but most of the time he does tend to bottle up his emotions, and as the show goes on, you learn more about the characters. Mob actually grows more as a person, and even Reagan does to some degree. He realizes what he did was fucked up in using Mob, and you actually find out later that Mob's a lot more grown up than we thought he was. And it's just, the characters are really likable. It's fun watching them interact and grow up and get to know each other. The villains are, of course, we've seen it in every fucking anime ever, going to take over the world. Now, however, how they are defeated, oh my god, just brilliant. Brilliant the way they're defeated. And then, of course, the second season is basically you pick up after Claw has been defeated, or rather, it's a division of Claw has been defeated, which is who are the, take over the world guys, and basically they're all psychics. And then we have to deal with, in the second season, the boss of Claw, who is the strongest Esper. And it's, we have all the cast returning. Mob's little brother, Ritsu, we have Mob, and we have, what was his name? Why can't I ever remember their names? But basically, he was from the first season with blonde hair and quite the narcissist and a really bad wig that he got later on after his battle with Mob, which thankfully was destroyed, or rather was miraculously styled into a better hairstyle for him in the first season. So he returns, and him and Mob are working together, which if you've seen the first season, you already know that. The 7th Division, who you see defeated in the first season, they do return and make an appearance on Mob's side this time. And of course, Reagan is once again brought into the fray, and all these characters kind of have to go against the other organization, and all hell breaks loose, and it's just, oh god, it's fantastic. It's so fucking good. It is, Mob Psycho is a wonderful time. The characters are fun. Just the art style takes a little getting used to if you're used to the cookie cutter bullshit. But it's pleasant looking. I guess it was based on a webcomic or something, and the graphics were a lot worse there. Let's just put it that way. Like One Punch Man also had some pretty graphics. But, no. So if you liked One Punch Man, or if you like Mob Psycho, watch the other vice versa. Because it's just so good. Mob Psycho is, I think, the first season's like 12 or 13 episodes, and then it's 13 episodes for the second season. It's still on Crunchyroll, so if you really want to watch that, go watch it, because like I said, they've been removing shit lately. Mob Psycho's probably going to be up there for a while, but it's like, if you really want to watch it, I wouldn't chance it. Like, go watch it right away. But, I can't really think of anything. It's fun to watch. My dad was yelling at something. So I was gonna say my dog was yelling at something. My dog is pretty much sleeping right now next to me. But what was I gonna say? Also, for those of you who have finished the anime and you tend to pay close attention, pay close attention to the openings and endings, theme song, and all that stuff. Because recently, after watching Mother's Basement videos, now I cannot unsee shit in the openings. So now, they're in one of the openings that they show broccoli, and then I was watching this going, why are they showing broccoli? Well, after the second season, I know why they're showing broccoli. And I'm curious how many of you know why I'm laughing right now. Because it's just all hell broccoli is all I can say. Once you watch it, you're just, oh god, it's so fucking stupid. So wonderfully fucking stupid why that's in the opening. Just for the longest time, I was wondering, why the fuck is broccoli in why is it, I think it's in the opening, yeah, the opening, not the ending. It made no sense. Because a lot of the time in opening and endings, they'll pretty much spoil whoever the fucking characters are, whoever the fucking antagonists are, what powers people have, who's gonna end up with who's gonna fucking die. Like, you'll pay attention enough, they will ruin a lot of the anime for you. Like, I do watch the opening at least once. The opening and endings at least once, no matter what. But yeah, fuck, they tend to ruin a lot for you. Yeah, she has broccoli in one scene and you're like, what? Why is that there? Yeah, well, now I know. And now I can't stop laughing when I see broccoli. I immediately think of Mob Psycho the second I see it now. Like, I was literally eating it yesterday. And you ever, like, look at something and, it reminds you of something? Well, no, I remember what it reminded me of. It legit was that. For the broccoli from Mob Psycho. Anyway, that was pointless, and I probably not gonna cut that part out. But anyway, it's a great anime. Fucking watch it. It's amazing.